and it's tipping back and forth. Doritos still aren't coming out. So what do we do next? We hang on it. 400 pounds plus me 300 pounds at the time does tip over a vending machine. Lifting it back up is the hard part. And when you lift the vending machine, there's always like a broken part that's left on the floor because vending machines have this plastic lining where you put advertisement shit in. And we don't know what to do with it. So I said Schmidt. So we take this plastic thing, we're just hiding it in some room somewhere on the bed where the doctors book the patients. So now we're looking at it because the Doritos still haven't come out. So we're just sitting back, we sit back down for like 10 seconds, we're like, what are we going to do? Then we notice a chair in the side of the room. So we pick up this chair.
Robert.
Hey Robert, I'll be good to you later. Okay, so we pick up this chair, and we're about to just ram it into the machine. We're going, here. Oh, so we're going. And then his friend walks in, and what do? Instantly drop the chair. Chair's broken now. And she looks and she's like, what the are you guys doing? This is a hospital. You're breaking the machine. And we're like, whoa, calm down. She's like, let me take a look at it. Looks at it 2 seconds. This is why I know women are smarter than men. Presses the enter button. Doritos come right out. Oh. Then she ran off with the Doritos. So we continued to attack the machine until more Doritos fell out. Good day. We must have stolen like $40 worth of candy from that machine. Now, I'm going to tell you why we're in the hospital. The week before that, he called me and said, let's build a fort. What 17-year-old wants to build a fort? I was okay with it. He says, we're going to make it out of concrete. Who builds a fort out of concrete? I was still okay with it. I just brought all these up with him. He says, and we're going to build it on a hill. Now, a normal hill, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. But the hills at his house are literally, there's the land, there's the hill. I want to build it right here. There was a tree. He says, we need to cut down this tree to build this fort. I say, okay, if you get some electric tools. He calls me over to his house. He's like, I couldn't get the electric tools, but I got this shovel. Cutting down a tree with a shovel doesn't work. But we tried first. No, we didn't do that. It was on a hill, remember? Dig out the bottom. 400, 300 pounds, that's 700 pounds. Ramming into this tree. I had him go first. It was hilarious. Hits the tree, falls back down, then rolls down the rest of the hill. There's a swamp at the bottom of the hill. Big splash.
550.
But we didn't give up at that. Now we tried climbing the tree and having it fall over. Well, something fell, and its name is John. But we didn't give up. We went into his basement trying to find his old tools. We found a hatchet. Now I'm going at this tree, and I'm getting in there good. This hatchet is working. He says, let me take over for like half a minute here. Goes for it, hits the wood to the tree, blade flies off, and is flying at me.
Oh, God.
What do you do when a blade's flying at you? Does anyone know? Do you jump? You take it. I jump. The blade's coming here. It's like jump. Head. You step to the left. I was an idiot. I stepped to the right, fell over a rock, then fell into the swamp. The blade didn't hit me, so I was still pretty okay. I was pretty peeved. I was wet. I look at him and I say, okay, now we have to find something else. Because now it's a challenge. Just like the vending machine, this was a challenge. We had to win it. So we go up and get a saw. The dullest saw I've had in my entire life. Well, instead of going down with this one tree, we go up the hill because we realize this is a smaller tree and there's a line of trees. Domino effect. Saw through this one tree. That tree goes falling down. Hits a dead tree, that tree goes falling down. 3 trees fall down into the road. That didn't end well. We didn't even pick up the trees. We just left them there for a while. Leave for 2 hours. Come back. Trees are put in the yard. Seems some random guy was being nice for once. We go there and we're like, we cannot get down this tree. So we go to a boulder that's at the top of the hill. And I'm talking a Josh Shelton-sized boulder. Yeah! So we get this and we're rolling this over right lined up with the tree. And we push. Watching a boulder fall down a hill is probably one of the weirdest things you'll watch in your entire life. Because while it's going, it's destroying everything in the way, and you're like, I wonder what's down there. I wonder what's the swamp. doesn't even hit the tree. Goes right next to it, goes to the swamp, huge splash, splatters all over the road and the cop car that's passing by. Now the police officer stepped out, went into the woods, and I said, "Why, hello there, officer. How may I help you?" He said, "Are you Brian Mills?" I'm like, "How do you know?" He's like, "I'm friends with your dad." And the cop says, "I'm friends with your dad," and he's covered in swamp juice. This is when you start thinking, how much money do I have on me, and how well do I know this guy? $20 was enough for him. I'm not giving any names, but let's just say, try to give a cop a 20 here and there, they'll leave you alone. So it ends up, we go back the hill, and we're trying one more thing. I thought, maybe if I trip John down the hill, he'll hit the tree and the tree will fall. I tripped him down the hill, and he hit the tree didn't fall, next week we're in the hospital. Going for the vending machine. Now does anyone? Yes.
Are those true stories?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
You seem pretty good at storytelling. Can you tell me a story about when I saved your life?
That one was insane. Okay, so I'm an idiot. And
Hard to believe, right?
I know it is very hard to believe. Dylan is slightly smarter than me in some instances, not all instances. No offense, Dylan, but you know it's true. So, we're in the weight room last year, doing weights, and we're benching. I know! So we're benching, and we have 240 on the bar. Who in their right mind thought I could do 240 bench press? But I'm like, why not? So I go for this bar, and I lift it up, and everyone's talking, then it falls, and it's going right for my head, because I'm an idiot when it bench. I didn't go up like there, I went up like there. So it's going right for my head. Dylan's not even looking, and just goes, grabs the bar like Jesus Christ would grab a bar. And lifts it on his own back up. Probably the most impressive thing I've seen in my entire life. I demand that you stand up and bow for an applause, Dylan. And I'll stand you up. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Now everyone applaud for him.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you another story now. This one happened at Ethan's grandma's house. John and I were there, and we bought fireworks. Day right after 4th of July. Fireworks are all on sale. John and I thought, we have like $80 on us, let's buy some fireworks. Day after 4th of July, you can get probably $200 worth of fireworks for $20. Or $80. So we go there, buy all these fireworks, and we're not buying the good stuff. We're buying that really crappy stuff that, like, this is probably made in Mexico, with gunpowder from the 80s. Let's get it. So we get all these fireworks, and we're shooting them off into the air later at the night.
I
One
can't
of them
stand how you chew your
misfired
gum and I just
and
want
went
to kill
straight
you.
up, straight down, and we knew it was going to blow up because they've all blown up, and they all almost kill us whenever they blow up. This one's going straight down and lands right at our feet, me and John Deutsch. Ethan's smart, he's over by the campfire. What did John and I do? Instead of backing up and jumping away, this blows up, catches my pants on fire. And what's the first thing you think of when you're on fire? That's the last thing you think of. The first thing you think of is, oh, I'm on fire. Let's get someone else on fire so I'm not alone. So I'm running over to John Deutsch, and this is when I realized that I was really not in the right set of mind that night. I run over to him, and the only part of me that's on fire is my butt. So how do I catch him on fire? I have to rub my butt on him. I was very stupid at the time, and I tried to. What's he do? Shoves me back down, I roll over, and I was on top of the bag of firecrackers. Needless to say, that pair of pants is gone. You wouldn't want to.
I'm going to tell you about fireworks.
So, 10 minutes later, we're over our huge fire dilemma, and we shoot off 3 at the same time. And we were impressed because it's just me and him running back and forth, practically dancing back and forth with fire exploding. My pants don't have a back to them, so my ass is shown to everyone. And what do? Light it, watch it go up, and it's coming back down, just like the last one. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And John's like, no, we'll just have to ride this one out. Poses epically. I pose epically. We're expecting it to blow up right at our face. Blows up 1 foot above us, cocoons us in fire. We are perfectly okay. Everyone's jumping up, thinking that we're